Hey guys, it's Phoenix, and today I have tried to recreate a familiar scene in the Narnia movie. This is the first Chronicles of Narnia movie, in which the kids are still quite oblivious to the fact that they have an unusual wardrobe in their spare room. So I've tried to recreate this this wardrobe in Minecraft, and it's actually functional. And I'll show you how all of this works later on. Now, without trying to explain too much, because I don't want to spoil this movie if you haven't seen it, I'll give you a bit of an insight on how this wardrobe works. So, uh, the wardrobe will actually lead to Narnia if you're not aware or you're not looking for Narnia on the other side of the wardrobe. And it's kind of counterintuitive. Um, so if you are looking for Narnia, it'll just be an ordinary wardrobe. And if you aren't looking for Narnia, the wardrobe will lead you into Narnia. So currently I have nothing in my inventory, as you can see. And that is because I am still unaware that this wardrobe is actually a special wardrobe. So I'm going to walk through this wardrobe and just look for clothing and stuff like that. I'm not looking for any crazy world on the other side. So I'm just going to walk through and sneak through all of these, the clothing, and whoa. So I've got an unusual bit of sand on the other side, and as you can see, the wardrobe has led into Narnia, which is kind of ordinary. If this is just Minecraft, so it might seem to you as though I've just placed the world on the other side of the wardrobe. But this actually requires a bit of redstone. So this is the familiar lamppost that the kids will find, that the kids found, sorry, when they first went into the Narnia world. As you can see, I've tried to recreate the snowy biome sort of thing. But of course, this is just a mega taiga. This is just a cold taiga biome. I've just imported it into the world. So to get back into the real world, they just have to find their way back. And of course, it's actually quite confusing to get back because with all the trees and everything. But since I made this world, I kind of know how to get back. So all you really need to do is go back through the wardrobe, and now you're back in the real world. So that's how you get into Narnia. So I've also created a concept which will prevent you from getting into Narnia. So what I'm going to do now is gear up for Narnia, because now that I know that this wardrobe is no longer ordinary, what I'm going to do is give myself some items. So I'm going to wear some leather pants, leather boots, and a leather tunic, like a little coat sort of thing, and I'm going to bring a torch. Because now I know that I can actually get into this really, really weird place just by going through the wardrobe. So now that I am totally aware that I can be going straight into this world, I'm going to just run in with this gear, and lo and behold, I don't get in. It's now just the back of the wardrobe. I can no longer get in. So there's no secrets around here. It's just blocked off completely. So that's disappointing. So now I can just go back, and yeah, so that's the Narnia wardrobe. And I'm going to get rid of some of my gear again. So I'm going to throw this away. I think I threw the torch away, yeah. So I'm going to throw this stuff away, and I'm kind of disappointed that no one believes my story because no one can get into Narnia. But as soon as I get rid of my gear and not think about Narnia again and go through the wardrobe, as you can see, the wardrobe has opened up again, back into Narnia. So yeah, this is the proof of concept I've created. It's not too difficult to make. Most of the time was kind of spent on importing the stuff and creating the props for it. But again, this can be really improved. But again, this is just a proof of concept. It can be improved substantially, but this is just a beginner sort of thing. So I'll show you how all of this works. It's actually quite simple to make. So first of all, I had to import, as you probably saw in the footage, there is a huge gold cube sort of looking, cuboid sort of looking thing at the top. And that was the terrain I had to import using MC Edit. So I just created a single player world and spawned in a a cold taiga, and I imported it into my test world and then copied that over there and led it through the wardrobe. So this is kind of like a bird's eye view, of the setup, the main setup, and I have a couple of templates. One template is for the pathway to the Narnia world, and the one on the left is for the normal wardrobe. So how this works is really simple, as you probably could have figured out. It's just a clone command. So what I have here are two command blocks that are activating 20 times a second. So this is a fill clock, and the one on the left is detecting for certain gear in my inventory. So if I am wearing a leather chest plate in slot 102, which is my the chest area, the leggings in slot 101, the boots in slot 100, and a torch in my first slot in my hotbar, this will activate. And when this command block, what this command block is doing, is looking for a wool block below my feet. Because what you really want to do is you don't want to have this command block activating everywhere you walk, because you only want it to activate, or sorry, trigger when you're inside this room and just on the edge of this wardrobe. So not inside, just on the edge of it. You don't want the events happening when you're inside the wardrobe, because that's going to be terrifying. And that's not realistic either. So I have actually wool blocks, as you can see, underneath my feet, which will, so the command block will just check for a player within this room. So whenever a player is within this room, things will happen. So if you're wearing the coats and the feet and so on, so the boots, and you have a torch in your hotbar, the event will trigger. So what happens is these two command blocks have to work together in order to trigger this piston. So this command block is testing for the equipment within your inventory, and this one is checking for the wool block underneath your feet. So as soon as both events are true, these comparators will turn on and trigger this piston. So when you are wearing this equipment and there is a wool block underneath your feet, the piston will activate and activate this command block. So this command block is going to clone one of these templates over here. So when you are wearing the equipment and it's testing for the wool block, it will clone the normal wardrobe template over here. So so that will block off the path to the Narnia world. And if one of these is not true, so this is an AND gate, so if one of these isn't true, so for example, if you're not in the room or you're not wearing the equipment, you will be able to get into Narnia. So right now I'm not wearing anything. As you can already tell, the template has cloned. So the correct template has cloned. So the one which is which will lead you into Narnia. So this is the one with the pathway there. So what I'm going to do now is give myself the appropriate gear. So this will set redstone block there and give me the appropriate gear to get into Narnia. Sorry, that will stop me from getting into Narnia. So I have the appropriate gear now, and I'm going to set a wool block underneath my feet. So you know for a fact that if you don't have a wool block underneath your feet, the clone will not occur. But as soon as I set a wool block, so it has to be yellow wool, like that, the piston's going to the piston will activate and clone, as you can see there. So it's already cloned that template, which will stop you from getting to Narnia and prevent you. So this has now, there's a barrier over there. Hopefully I can get there in quick enough. Yep. So now there's a barrier, and since I've destroyed the wool block, it's going to disappear like that. So I'll show you that one more time. So now the piston's going to activate because there's a wool block underneath my feet, and the thing will clone. But as soon as I get rid of my gear, so /clear, now the pathway will appear again, exactly, just like that. So it works quite well. Of course, this is just a proof of concept. It's not too difficult. I just had to import a lot of data into my test world for this to work out really well, and a lot of building was required as well. But yeah, the command block stuff isn't really too difficult. It was really just the building that took the most of the time. Yeah, so that's the Narnia wardrobe. I hope you enjoyed it. If you really like this video, hopefully you'll give a like or subscribe to my channel. And speaking of subscribing, I actually just reached 200 subscribers on my channel just today, and it's really exciting. Never really thought I'd get to 200, let alone 100 or even 50. It's really a surreal feeling that people are actually enjoying my content and subscribing, and liking my videos. It's really gives me a huge motivational boost. So I will definitely continue making these type of videos. And a huge shout out to subreddit for Minecraft. I've actually started posting videos onto the Minecraft subreddit, and they've given me a lot of support, and they really actually enjoyed my videos as well. I actually had a huge view boost just by posting on Reddit, so I'll continue doing that because you guys seem to like it as well. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.